right, we are ready for our weight training today. If you're joining us on YouTube, go ahead and hit like and subscribe so you get all our videos, and pop over to functionalbliss.us so you can see all of our class schedules. All right, today we need the dumbbells, couple different sizes if you have them, a little heavier, a little lighter. If not, you can do it all with one size. And that's all you need for today. It's going to be a standing workout. All right, go ahead and grab one of your heavier weights if you have them. Make sure everything's all, you know what, I'm going straight into with no warm up. We definitely can't do that. We got to loosen up a little first. So bring your feet about hip width apart. Start with some nice gentle arm swings. Loosen everything up before we get started with those weights. Once you get going a little bit, go ahead and start lifting your feet, turning a little further. And let your hands hit your body as you're swinging your arms. Help kind of get all your energy flowing today. Maybe go a little faster. Let those arms swing a little higher. Do 2 more here. And then bring it back into stillness. From here, we're going to rotate our arms forward, nice big circles. And backwards. And then we're going to throw those arms in and out, crossing one arm on top and then the other. Beautiful. From here, we're going to warm up our elbows. So just make some circles with those elbows, go in one direction. And then go in the other direction. And then moving on to our wrists, do some figure eights with our wrists. And then to help warm up our hands a little bit, we're going to take our fingers, reach your hand palm out in front. You're going to gently pull back on those fingers just till you feel a good stretch. And then point those palms down, fingers down, and pull the other direction. And then give that hand a good shake. Wiggle the fingers in and out. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So fingers up, pulling gently. And then fingers down, pulling gently. And then give it a good shake and wiggle the fingers in and out. All right, now that we've covered our upper body, we're going to move on to our lower body. So starting with some nice big hip rotations in one direction. And then going in the other direction. And then from there, bringing those feet together. We're going to start with bopping the knees backwards and forwards. And then if everything's feeling good there, add in some circles in one direction. If the circles don't work for you, just stick with the back and forth. And then go the other direction. And then we're going to finish off with our ankles. So holding one foot out, and feel free to grab onto the wall, the couch, chair, whatever's nearby. You're just rotating that ankle around in circles, and then go the other way. And then we're going to switch feet, same thing. And go the other way. Beautiful. All right, now that everything's nice and loosened up, we can get to those weights I was so excited about. So you're gonna go ahead and grab one of your heavier weights, check, make sure everything's ready for you. For me, I always have to stop and tighten everything down. We're gonna start off with a side lunge with a knee drive. So you're gonna rack that on one side, and then you're gonna step out to the other side, come back up, and then the knee drive. And we're going to add just a little rotation. So you're basically bringing that elbow and knee together. So it's step out for the lunge, come back in for the knee drive. Beautiful, you got it. All right. 1 minute on the clock. I'm gonna grab my timer here, fell down behind my sheet. All right, here we go, 1 minute. And you step out as far as you want to for that knee drive or for that side lunge, whatever is good for you. It can be stepping out just a little bit and bending the knee more. It can be stepping out nice and far. You can even go all the way down to the ground if you have the flexibility and leg strength for it. Looking good, you got it. You want to add a little extra challenge. Make sure you're holding that weight up in the air above your shoulder. If you want to take it a little easier on your arms, you can rest the edge of the weight on your shoulder. It will still make those lunges harder. Almost there. Couple more. And time. Beautiful. All right, set that weight down for just a second. Shake everything out. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So same as we did before. You're going to rack it on the opposite shoulder. Stepping out for the lunge, come back in. Knee drive, add that little rotation if you want extra core work, bringing the elbow down to the knee. 1 minute on the clock, here we go. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Holding that weight up for a little extra arm work, or resting it gently on the shoulder if you want to focus on the lower body. Halfway there. Beautiful. Make sure you have your balance when you step back in from that side lunge before you do the knee drive. Just a couple more. And time. Excellent. All right, from here, we're gonna go down a little bit in weight. We're gonna do a split stance, row plus kickback. Now this is all arm and back, so you wanna make sure you choose your weight appropriately. For the split stance, you're gonna have 1 foot behind you, and you're gonna lean over like you're in a deadlift position or a good morning position with a nice flat back. You're gonna row it up, kick it back, and then row it back down. We have 1 minute on each side. Here we go. So row it up, kick it back. Nice flat back the whole time. Holding that split stance. And you want your weight to be mostly on your front leg. You got this. Halfway there. You can use your other hand resting on your knee to help with balance. Or you can have it on your hip or hanging down, whatever's most comfortable for you. "15 more seconds. Slow and easy, you got this. Focus on controlling the weight in all directions. And time. Beautiful. All right, once again, set that weight down for a second, shake everything out, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. You wanna, when you're doing one side only the weight, you wanna make sure you give yourself a second to rebalance in between. So you gotta set it down, make sure you're well balanced before you switch to the other side. All right, from here, we're gonna switch sides. Grab the weight in the other hand, 1 minute on the clock, get that nice flat back, and here we go. Row it up, kick it back. Looking good. Halfway there already. Keep that weight on mostly on the front leg. The back leg is mostly just helping with the balance. "15 more seconds. You can do it." Almost there. And all right. From here, we're going to do an overhead press and a curl, and we're going to stick the same thing all on one side. So we're going to take that weight. We're going to have our feet nice and centered, hip to shoulder width apart, depending on what's most comfortable for you. You're going to curl it up and then press it up and then curl it back down. Nice and simple. Seems like a really easy exercise, but you want to make sure you're focused on sucking that belly in, like you're pulling your rib cage in towards each other. Keep your tailbone tucked, knees soft. Make your core work while you're doing it. All right, we've got 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Curl and press. Slow and steady. Focus on keeping that core tight the whole time. Nice, looking good. Halfway there. Nice and simple, but if you do it right, it's really a lot of work. Almost there, 5 more seconds. And time. Excellent. Go ahead and set that weight down. Shake everything out. Make sure you're still centered. It's easy when you're doing an offset weight like that to shift over to one side. You want to keep your weight spread evenly on both feet, pressing down into your heels. All right, 1 minute on the other side, same thing. So go ahead and grab that weight. And here we go. Curl and press. Beautiful. Control the weight in both directions. Don't let it just swing free. You want to work that muscle as much as possible. Still keeping the belly nice and tight, pulling the ribs in towards each other. Halfway done. 30 seconds to go. Ten more seconds, almost there. And time. Excellent. All right, that is one round done. Go ahead and grab some water, and then we got 2 more. All right, go ahead and bring it back in. We're gonna go back to that side lunge with the knee drive. So grab the weight that is appropriate for you. If you feel like the first round was a little heavy, you wanna do it lighter, go for it. If you feel like it wasn't quite heavy enough, you can always add. All right, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. So stepping out, coming back in, knee drive. Beautiful. Make sure you've got that balance before you do the knee drive each time. More than halfway there already. You got it, looking good. Almost there. And time, beautiful. Set the weight down for a moment, shake everything out. And then we're gonna go right into that other side. Rack it up on the other side. Remember, holding it up off your shoulder for a little more arm work. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Keep it up, you got it. More than halfway there. "15 seconds to go. And time. Beautiful. Set that down for a second. Shake everything out. And then we're gonna go back to that split stance row plus kickback. So starting on whichever side you weren't just using. Nice flat back. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Row it up, kick it back. Keeping that weight centered on that front foot. You can use the other hand on your knee to stabilize. Nice and steady. Halfway there, 30 seconds to go. The great thing about doing these combination exercises is you can get a lot of work in a short time. Which helps you see a lot of muscle growth and definition quickly. All right, time. Set that weight down. Stand up nice and tall. Give everything a little shake. And then we got to go to the other side. So from here, put the other foot in back. Grab that weight in the other. There you go. Row it up, kick it back. Beautiful. For this exercise, it's less important that you be leaned over really far and more important that you keep a flat back, because that adds some of that core work along with your arm. Halfway there. Using that split stance helps add in some lower body as well. So you really have a full body exercise while you're doing rows and kickbacks. 15 more seconds, almost there. And time. Beautiful. Set that weight down, stand up nice and tall, give everything a shake. And then we're gonna go back to the curl plus the overhead press. So again, keeping yourself nice and centered, feet hip width to shoulder width apart, whatever's comfortable for you. Pull those ribs in towards each other. Maybe imagine you're sucking your belly button back towards your spine. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Curl and press. Nice and steady. Don't let the weight just fall. Lower it with control. Beautiful. Halfway there already. If you find that you're not able to stand steady and keep your core firm, you may be using weight that's a little too high for you for this exercise. So try lowering your weight. You don't want to be swinging all around, having to arch your back to control the weight. 10 seconds to go. And time. All right, once again, set it down, shake everything out, and then go into the other side. Check to make sure you're still evenly weighted on both feet. And then here we go, suck the ribs in, 1 minute on the clock. Curl and press. Great job. Halfway done, 30 more seconds. Nice and steady, lowering it with control. 15 more seconds. Almost there. And time. Excellent. All right, go grab some water. Take a second, and then we have one more round. All right, bring it back in. For the last round, if you're starting to feel fatigued or any exercise is getting a lot harder for you, remember to go ahead and drop your weight, even putting it aside altogether if you need to. You can do the same motions with no weight at all and still work your muscles. All right, starting back with that side lunge plus the knee drive. Rack the weight above the shoulder for extra work, resting on the shoulder to take it easy. 1 minute on the clock, here we go. You got it. Keep breathing, you got this. 20 more seconds. Almost there. And time. Beautiful. Set it down. Shake everything out. And then pick it back up on the other side. All right, we've got 1 minute going the other direction. Here we go. You are looking amazing. Halfway there. 30 more seconds. Ten seconds to go. And time. Go ahead and set that weight down for a second. Shake everything out. Maybe throw the arms in and out a couple times. And then next up, we have that row into the kickback. So split stance, weight on your front leg. Nice flat back. 1 minute, here we go. Row and kickback. You're gonna keep your head and neck in a straight line. So eyes down towards the ground. And keep breathing. Halfway there. Fifteen seconds. And time. Beautiful. Set it down. Make sure you stand all the way up. Stretch everything out for a second. And then we got to do the other side. Other leg in the back, grabbing that weight in the other hand. Still the nice flat back. 1 minute. Here we go. Row and kick back. This one can be hard, especially if your arms are getting fatigued. You can always set the weight down and just do the motions empty hand. You can also adjust how far over you're leaning if your back is starting to get fatigued. If you bring it up a little bit, you can still do the same exercise here without the strain on your back. 20 more seconds. Almost there. And time. Excellent. Once again, stand all the way up. Shake everything out for a second. Move those arms in whatever way you need to. And then we have our curl into our overhead press. Weight nicely centered. Pulling the belly in nice and tight. Here we go. 1 minute. Curl and press. Beautiful, you got it. Keeping yourself centered, trying not to wiggle around too much. Halfway there, 30 seconds to go. Beautiful, lowering it down with control. If you lower that bicep curl back down nice and slow, you actually get a little tricep action in there too. Just kind of adds in. Almost there, just a few more. And time. Beautiful, set it all the way down. Shake everything out. Maybe throw in a couple shoulder rolls if it feels good. And then we got to do the other side. Pulling that tummy in nice and tight again. Here we go. Curl and press. Beautiful. You got it. Halfway there, 30 seconds to go. This is your last one, you can do it. Ten more seconds. And time. Amazing. Set that weight down, go grab some water, and then we have our final stretch. All right, bring it back in. We're gonna finish off with some nice stretches. So feet about hip width, maybe shoulder width apart. Bring those arms up overhead with a nice deep breath. You're gonna lean to one side. Come back to center. Lean to the other side. Back to center. Hold all the way forward and just let everything hang. If you're wearing glasses, you might want to take those off so you can let your head get nice and heavy too. And just take a deep breath here. Your back did a lot of work today. Give it a second to decompress. Let gravity help you out. And then from here, we're going to just walk our hands around to one side and maybe reach all the way to the back of your heel. Pull just a little bit to feel a nice stretch through that side body and maybe down into the hip. And then release. Walk your hands back through center over to the other side. And if it feels good, maybe do the same thing. Get that little extra stretch through the side body and down into the hip. Walk those hands back to center. Nice big generous bend in your knees and roll all the way up. Roll your shoulders down and back 3 times. Beautiful. And then we're going to go forward 3 times. Nice. From here, you're going to take that arm and bring it across your chest. Make sure you pull that shoulder down away from your jaw. Then you're going to turn and look over that shoulder. And if it feels good, maybe do just a little gentle nod up and down. Work a few kinks out of your neck. Come back to center and release. Then we're going to go to the other side. Bring that other arm across your chest, shoulder down away from your jaw. Turn and look over that shoulder. And then if it feels good, just a couple little nods up and down. Nice small movements. Come back to center and release. From here, we're going to bring that foot forward. Come back, peeling the toe up. And then lean forward until you feel a good stretch through the back of your leg. Be mindful of the work you just did in your back. So if your back is saying no, it's okay to stay up here. Plant that toe back down. We're going to switch sides. Once again, peel the toe up. Lean forward to whatever is comfortable for you where your back is right now. Maybe even reaching down towards that toe if it feels good. And release. And then just to kind of loosen those hips up a little bit, if this one works for you, you're gonna bring your hands all the way up again. Fold forward. And then we're gonna immediately sink into a squat. Take it slow. Use your elbows to push your knees out. And then maybe rock side to side just a little bit and work into those hips a little. Sometimes we neglect the hips, so it's always good to do this just to kind of loosen everything up. Add it into your regular stretching routine. Beautiful. And then from there, plant those hands, unfold all the way back up, rolling up nice and slow. And you are all done. Great job today.